Linda McHenry, host of The Writer's Voice. And my guest today is Terre Short. And I'm very excited to have her because we've known each other for a long time. And we're finally getting back together again after some time. How are you, Terre?
I'm doing great. Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
Well, glad to have you. And unlike most of my past guests, you are a nonfiction writer. And the book that you wrote is a result of your many years in communication and working in relationship. Why don't you talk about that? And then first, though, hold up the cover for The Words We Choose. There you go.
So I had a leadership career in hospitality and then healthcare and in between my own business. And I'm back to my own business doing consulting and coaching, leadership coaching. You know, and as I go, whether I was coaching large groups in hospitals or hotels or what have you, or one-on-one, I've always been super sensitive to the words people choose. A particular one that always catches me is when the leader says, I think we'll be able to do X, Y, or Z. And I think to myself, they're getting the big bucks to know.
With your book, your focus is less on grammar and the actual construction than it is about conveying feelings and meaning and values and other things. So why don't you talk about those core concepts or values about?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the important thing about the book to me, is that it's unlike other books based on communication, is that it starts with a look inward, right? And so a deeper look at emotional intelligence, your self-awareness, empathy, and building upon one's values, really getting grounded in your values so that informs your word choices. Because sometimes we choose words and the words don't connect with what our values are or even our intent. And that's what being misunderstood looks like, right? And it's totally inadvertent. You know, we might say, you know, I have to trim the hedges for my neighbor because it's something that, you know, I've agreed to do. Mm-hmm. But indeed, you get to do it because you want to be of service to the neighbor, and that's living your values. So it's just, they're minor differences that make a huge impact. And here's another one, just. You know, this is something for writers, and, you know, and something that I've learned is, you know, it's not easy to market yourself. You and I have talked about that before. But it's certainly not easy if you say you're just something, or I just wrote not that I just wrote a book recently, meaning just, right. But, you know, I'm just an author, or, you know, we minimize again by choosing that word just.
I find myself emphasizing things because I find different things important. So when I write, I'll say something is very exciting. Well, either it's exciting or it isn't, you know, yeah, there's different degrees, but why do you have to measure everything to degrees? And again, it's habits that we form.
Right. Well, and you just hit on something that's really important. When you're writing, you have the option to go back and fix it. Like you said, you know, you kind of noodle on it. When we're speaking, sometimes that reflection has to happen in a nanosecond because the words are about to come out of our mouth, and we'll say something and then think, oh, that's not at all what I meant. Or the person doesn't receive the information the way that we meant, you know, the way that you intended because of your word choices. That's right.
Tell us a little bit about your coaching, because people can find you online at shortgroup.net. Tell us a little bit about your coaching and what you do as we wind down. And then you can finish up again showing us your book cover and let me know anything else you want people to know about The Words We Choose.
All right. Well, absolutely. So I do one-on-one coaching, and that, again, that's part of why I wrote the book, is I, you know, kept hearing myself say some things over and over again. And then I, you know, blew that up a bit to write the book. But I also do group coaching, you know, so and some consulting.
That's good. So they can find that on shortgroup.net, all kinds of information about you, the people who work with you, all the other things you do. There's The Words We Choose. Where can people find The Words We Choose? It's on Amazon, right?
It is. Yeah, it's on Amazon and IndieBound. You can also purchase it through my
through your website. Okay, so it's all over the place. As a writer I know says, where all good books are sold.
That's right. There you go. I love it. I love that.
Okay, Terre Short. That's right. Terre Short, thanks for joining me. I'm sure we'll be talking to you again in the future.
Thank you, Linda. It's been my pleasure.